Hello Photoshoppers. Well, today I'm gonna show you how to make this. So let's begin. I'm gonna open these two images to Photoshop, and on this image I'm gonna go to edit, define pattern, and click OK. Now let's go to the background. So this is the background. Choose the text tool and type any name, word, anything you want. I'm gonna type Photoshop. You can use any font and the size, so make it bigger. If you're gonna use the same as mine, is AR16 and the size is 200. So let's center this out, and now we're gonna double click on the Photoshop layer, and we're gonna add some effects. So double click it, and the first one is gonna be a stroke. We're gonna put 1 on size, position inside, blend mode light color, opacity 100, and here we're gonna select gradient. Click here to select the colors, and the first color is gonna be FB830E. Click OK, and the second one is gonna be transparent. So let's do that again. FB830E. Click OK. Style is gonna be linear, angle 90, and scale 150. Next, let's select color overlay and click here to change the color to 23, 23, 23. Click OK, opacity 100. Next, drop shadow, blend mode to multiply, color black, and opacity around 85, angle 120, distance 10, size 8, and let's go with inner shadow. Blend mode to saturation, color black, 100% opacity, angle 120, distance 0, and size 42, noise 14 pixels. Next, let's go with outer glow. Blend mode to hard mix, opacity 100, noise 15, color black, spread 10, and size 2. Right here, click on this thumbnail on the contour, click here, and we're gonna click in the middle and move this like this. Click OK. Range 50 and jitter 0. Next, let's choose inner glow. Blend mode to linear dodge. Where is it? Linear dodge. Opacity 100, and let's change the color to F A E A A C. Click OK. Next, let's go with bevel and emboss. Style, outer bevel, technique, chisel height, depth 969, size 2, soften 0. Let's click on this global light to uncheck this to uncheck it, and let's put an angle -110. On highlight mode, let's change it to normal, and the color to FA2A0F. Click OK. Opacity 100, and shadow, let's change it to normal, and the color 191614. Click OK, and 100% the opacity. Next, let's click on texture. Let's click right here and let's select the texture we did earlier, the pattern. So click here, click on this image, the one we did earlier, and on the scale we're gonna put 48 and -22. Let's click OK. So now, like you can see, we did all this to make the colors and shadows and all these kind of fire colors, but that is just the beginning. So let's duplicate this layer, Control J, and let's click here and move it to the trash can. Put the opacity, the fill to 0, and double click it. We're gonna add some more effects to make it look more like a fire, more realistic. So the first one is gonna be inner shadow. Let's change the blend mode to color dodge and change the color to F28627. Click OK, and the opacity 100. Click here to uncheck this, and to uncheck the glow light, and put -90 on the angle. Distance is gonna be 10 and size 24. Next, inner glow. Blend mode to overlay, opacity 24, and let's change the color to FC. It's gonna be you can put white, it's the same, so just put white if you wanna type, if you don't wanna type all those letters. On source, click on center, and size put 31. Next, bevel and emboss, size 30, angle 120, and let's uncheck the global light, and on altitude let's put 39. On highlight, let's change the blend mode to saturation, color black, 100% opacity, and on shadow let's change it to overlay, black, and 57% opacity. Next, let's go to pattern overlay. blend mode to pin light, opacity 100, and the texture is gonna be the same one we used before. And on the scale, let's put 50%. So that you can see that with the texture and all the colors we've been putting into the effects, we got the result. It's looking more like fire, burning metal, like a volcano thing, or magma, something like that. I think it's called magma. So now click OK. So now let's go with the image and let's move it to the background. We're gonna put it below and on top of background. So below Photoshop and on top of background. And you can put it right here. Change the blend mode to linear dodge. And we're gonna add some gradient map to it to change the color. So go to gradient map, click here to make all the changes to that image only. Click here to change the colors, and the first color is gonna be 4B 4B 4B. The second one is gonna be 1A 1A 1A. And if you want, you can merge these with the background. So press Ctrl E, and let's add a layer mask to that layer. Fill that with black. So we don't have it anymore, so choose the brush tool with color white, and with the size of the letters, paint it on top. Hold on, let me make the brush a little smaller. Yep, something like that, and just paint over it to reveal some part of that image. So something like that, like you can see on the layer mask, this is what we did. So we just reveal this area and lower the opacity to 36, 35. So we have a lighter background right here, and this is more darker on the outside. So the lighter area, it's like a reflection of the fire, not a reflection, it's just the light of the fire, so it's like reflecting in the background, something like that. You get the idea. So next, go on the Photoshop layer, right click and convert to a smart object. So now click Control and make new layer, and we're gonna name this layer shadows. What are we gonna do next is, with a brush tool, we're gonna paint black on each layer to make it look more realistic. So make the brush the size of the letter and just paint. Just click once on each letter. So next, let's add another layer. Let's name this orange, and we're gonna paint orange on top or below Photoshop to make the It's not a reflection. I don't know what is it, but I think it's the reflection of the light of the fire that is gonna be reflecting on the background. So yeah, let's choose this orange color that is gonna be pure yellow orange. So select that one and change the blend mode of that layer to linear dodge and the opacity around 45. And let's paint the same way we paint with the black. Then go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and let's put 45. So now go click on the Photoshop or on your text layer and duplicate it. Ctrl J and rasterize it. Right click and rasterize layer. So next, get the smudge tool and with strength 30%, we're gonna melt the fire. Yes, you heard right. So with 30% strength and with the brush, all depends on your letter. So the bigger the yellow color, use a bigger brush size, and the smaller, just use a small size. So we're gonna be using this kind of size and just do what I'm doing. Just move it to top, right, left. So just make it look like it's melting. Do the same with each letter. Once you're done with all the letters, we're gonna add some curves to it. So click on the adjustments and select curves, and on here we're gonna select right here on the middle and move this a little bit down, and don't forget to click here to put it as a clipping mask, and another point right here. So I just put the points like I did right here to make it more darker. So next we're gonna add a new layer, and let's name this shadows 2, or yeah, shadows 2. and select a brush tool with black color, and we're gonna paint some on the dark areas on your text. Just paint like that right here, so you can see the differences. So we're making it seem like it's really burning. And lower the opacity to 39. So like you can see, there's a difference with those dark areas on the dark. A little difference, but it looks better. Let's make another layer and let's name this orange 2. Let's change the blend mode to color dodge. And now we're gonna select this pure red orange, and we're gonna paint like this to make it seems to give it more color to it. Don't exaggerate, just do some points here and there. Once you're done with that, let's go to filter. Let's blur it out a little, Gaussian blur, and put 15. Click OK. Next, make a new layer. Name it white. Blend mode to overlay, and select the white color, and we're gonna paint white on the lighter areas, like right here. Whoa, it looks good. Right here, right here, right here. Woohoo! Oh yeah, baby. I like the way it looks now. So go back here and here. So that you can see it looks better now. We're gonna make a new layer and let's name this it's Sparks. And we're gonna select this brush right here that is called glass brush. And we're gonna select the orange color. And what I'm gonna do, so I'm just gonna paint like this. And to make it look more realistic, I'm gonna duplicate that layer as many times as I want to make it look better. Ctrl J, Ctrl J. So I'm just duplicated twice. So we have 3 layers as Spark. Sparks, Sparks copy, and Sparks 2. So as you can see, we have the Photoshop letters under fire melting with sparks. We're done, guys. So I hope you like this tutorial, and if you have any questions, suggestions, comments, or anything, write it down in the comments. And if you like this video, please hit like, share this with your friends, with your Photoshoppers friends, and share it anywhere. Also, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and check my other videos if you like them. Thank you guys, and see ya next time. Bye bye.